my name is Beatriz and I'm going to present the use of color theory in fashion. So first of all, we need to understand what is color. According with Pantone, color is defined as the aspect of things that is caused by differing qualities of light and being reflected or emitted by them. So to see color, you have to have light. Our eyes only see the colors that are bounced off or reflected. The color theory can support the designs that determine which colors work well together. However, color theory extends beyond simple admired color combinations, which is where the science comes in. The color wheel was invented by Isaac Newton, which mapped the color spectrum into a circle, and nowadays many designers artists can use the color wheel to find harmonious color combinations based on the geometric relationships represented on the color wheel. The color wheel is a visual representation of colors that is organized by visible spectrum. Color wheels show the relationship between primary, second, and tertiary colors. They are used in fashion industry to make color combination and schemes that generate a pleasant effect to the eye. So, the primary colors are red, yellow, and blue. You can create the secondary colors by mixing primary colors. And then you have orange, green, and purple. And then mixing secondary colors and primary colors created tertiary colors, which is red orange, yellow green, blue violet, and red violet. Now that we know the color wheel, we are going to understand how to create color schemes using the color wheel. A color scheme is created by putting together different values, hues, tints, and shades from the same color. There are many color schemes that can be used, but now I'm going to introduce the most common to see in fashion. The first of all, and the one that's most common to see in fashion, it's the monochromatic, sorry. This scheme is where one hue is used with variations of n numbers of tints, tones, shades, and moods. We can also understand the analogous. The analogous color scheme are color combination made up of those that are next to another one on the color wheel. Because of their physical closeness on the color wheel, they often look similar to one another. Like we can see on the screen, we have the orange and yellow, and they are very similar colors. The complementary, it's a color opposite on the color wheel. For example, the green complementary color is red. The split complementary is a color scheme created by combining three colors and taking one color such as red, looking at its complementary color, then using the two colors right next to the complement. Like we can see the red, the blue, and yellow. So the color scheme gave in fashion a variety of combinations and options to be made. When choosing colors for a color scheme, the color wheel also gives you opportunities to create brighter, lighter, softer, and darker colors by mixing white, black, and gray with the original colors. This mix create the color variants and give more options in terms of creation of fashion clothes and also new looks. The variants are described like color temperature. Color temperature describe color in terms of how warm or cool is it. In fashion, all colors can be warm or cool. Everything will depend of the amount of yellow or blue pigment in a color. When talking about color in design, the terms warm and cool refers not to the physical temperature but to the mood and feelings produced by that color. For example, our experience with blue includes water, wine, and ice. Orange reminds us of the warmth of the sun and fire. The temperature we associate with each color is universally accepted because it matches our real life experience with different colors. We also have the color value. The pure color is generally referred to as hue. The value of a hue is adjusted by the addition of either pure black or pure white. And then by adding black to the color, the value is made dark, resulting in what is referred to as a shade. When white is added to the color, the result is a lighter value referred to as a tint. We also have the color intensity. Is considered as the brightness or dullness of color. Intensity is adjusted by adding additional colors to the pure hue. A color can be made less intense by adding gray in the process of dyeing a fabric. As we can see on the image, the yellow it's more intense. It's because of there is less gray. The color contrast. So to understand the color contrast, often coincide with understand the complementary colors. Colors that are direct opposite of each other on the color wheel will offer a maximum of contrast. Like for example, in the image, a polka dot print in black and white, there is a high contrast because they are opposite colors and they are very different from each other. So colors for clothing designs and fashion brands aesthetics should evoke emotions to attract customer feelings. To approach that to final results, the textile print designer, raw material developer, colorist in a fashion company need to be in charge of researching color trends and presenting storyboards showcasing the chosen colors to the rest of the team. To do and to approach that, to define the colors and create the collection, designer follows the catalog of Pantone, which is the most important color matching system in the world. The system originated in 1963 to solve the problem of complicated color matchings in the printing industry. Soon after, Pantone became the easiest and simplest way to classify, communicate, and match colors with the use of color catalog in a fan format. Every color and every tone and tint was given a number to classify it. So, in fashion, there is two types of Pantone color guides: the fabric swatch books and the paper books. So, the fabric swatch books is the textile cotton extent range books. It's called TCX, contain cotton swatches dyed in different Pantone colors. This version is good if the designers want to see the colors on cotton fabric, and also the guide can be made of polyester and nylon if the designers work with these fibers instead. So the paper books is the paper version are so they are less expensive but is still reliable. The difference between TPG and TPX is that the textile paper green book is more eco-friendly than the textile paper extend range one, the TPX. So whichever you choose for the design process, Pantone recommends replacing it every year in order to benefit from the colors update and to make sure you don't use the samples whose colors have faded over time. So this is my final presentation. I hope you like it. Thank you so much for watching.